Hello and welcome back to the channel and welcome back to the video. As you can see, things have changed since the last video. We have picked up the rocks off this field and um, I forgot to hit record. And I thought I was recording the whole time. Rookie mistake, right? So yeah, took us about 2 hopperfuls with the modded stone picker we picked up in the mod hub. And it's about 10 meters wide. The biggest one in game is 5 meters wide, and it still took us an hour, which means even with the biggest one in the game, it would have taken us 2 hours to do this field. So I'm glad we used the mod. That still took us an hour. And then after that, we went ahead and picked up this fertilizer spreader. We actually bought this. We just leased the stone picking because the process that I'm going to use for picking up or for harvesting and planting and everything won't require us to pick up stones every year. Um, so we shouldn't need the stone picker really, unless we expand, and then I think we can just lease it whenever we need it. However, this lime/fertilizer spreader we'll use all the time. We'll use it throughout the whole playthrough, so went ahead and purchased this. Took us, I think we filled up twice for this as well. I recorded a nice time lapse, except for I didn't actually record it because I forgot to hit record, like I said. So you didn't get to see that, but you see the end result. But as you can see, now everything on here, the pH levels are perfect. Nice dark green color on here. We did the headland around, and that allowed the AR worker to do it really easily. They were able to turn around with no issues, which is super nice. Only took about 25 minutes probably to lime all of this, which isn't bad. That's a process we'll be doing a lot, and hopefully it's something we can do while we're doing other projects. Another purchase we made was this RTK station, just to help our AO workers. We tucked it under here, just to help them turn around faster. A couple other things we did was we chopped down a couple trees that were over here. Oh, just drove over the stump of one because they were messing with the AR workers. Every time they'd come up next to one, they'd just try to turn around. So we just went ahead and cut those down. You know, we cut them up, put them by our mobile home for the winter because it's getting colder. Another thing we did, you might have seen it already, over here, is we bought our sheep pen. Now, we didn't buy any sheep yet. We're not quite ready for that, but I decided to go ahead. We know we want to start with them. I decided to go ahead and purchase the pen. So here it is. And looking at it, looks like we can hold 65 sheep in here, which is great. And they take grass or hay. And I looked it up because I wasn't sure if they had reduced productivity if they did grass instead of the hay, because grass is a lot easier than hay, obviously. And with cows, I know if you use hay instead of TMR, it's only 80% efficiency. So I wanted to see if it was the same for sheep, and as far as I can tell, they do not care if it's grass or hay, and you will still get 100% productivity, which is really nice. So I was thinking, when we're ready for sheep, I think we'll do a couple, maybe 2 or 3 years of cotton before we expand into sheep. But once we get there, I think I want to buy this field right across the train tracks and turn it into our grass field. We're going to need all of these fields, I think, eventually, because we're doing every animal in the game. So I think if we do this field, turn it into grass first, for our sheep, that will be really, really good. We might get more than one sheep pen, just depending on how much grass we can get from this, and if we think we can handle it. But then this will be a good area for different pens and stuff as well. So I think this would be a really good field for us to purchase. I also did some looking. So we talked about the production facilities for wool and cotton. And the spinnery is what takes the wool and cotton and turns it into fabric, and it's only $60,000. We're getting a little low on money, but we haven't taken out any loan, and I think we could manage it. So I think we might get the spinnery, because fabric alone is worth more. Then I think we might also get a tailor shop, 100,000. So another 160,000, which that would leave us with a little bit of money left still. But I think that it would be worth getting those, because if you look at, well, let's see, we plant cotton in, when do we plant cotton? We plant it in February, I remember that. And we harvest it in October. Okay, so if we're harvesting in October, when does cotton sell the best? Cotton sells the best in March. It sells for a decent price, 25, but clothes sell for so much more. They sell for 18,000. So we'd have to wait till March to sell this. When does clothing sell for the best price? May. So if we're harvesting in October and we have to wait till March, yeah, I think it is going to be worth it for us to get the production facilities and make that extra money. I think we'll more than make up the 160,000 by turning it into clothing. So I think that's something we'll plan on doing once we get to that harvest, so that we can start processing that cotton. And I think over here, so that's where we're going to put, I'm thinking we can fit 3 sheep pastures over there. I don't know if we'll want to do 3, but I think we have room to do it. I don't think we want to put anything here. We do have a nice pond, which is nice if we ever need water for anything. I don't know that we'll need water for anything, but we'll see. Like I said, I've never done horses. I don't remember, or I don't know if you have to give them water. But I think this is a good spot for our cotton production facilities right here. I think there's plenty of room here. So I think it'd be worth putting them over here. Anyways, I think we've done everything we need to do for today. So I think I'm going to go ahead and fast forward to February. I think we're ready to plant. Alright, it is February, which means it is time to spend some money. I went ahead and took out a little bit of a loan, bought some seed, bought some fertilizer, and the reason is because we are ready to buy a planter. And like I mentioned before, we want to keep this series moving, so I think we're going to try to go for one of the biggest or the biggest fertilizer planter combo that we can get. I really want to get this John Deere, but the problem is it does not do the fertilizer at the same time. It is a direct drill, which is really nice, but so is this Kinze. It's $250,000, but we're gonna end up with so many fields when we expand to all the animals. We're gonna own all those fields over there. We're gonna need this planter. We're always gonna need it. The liming took 25 minutes. The stones took an hour. I think we just got to go with the biggest we can get. It's not John Deere, which is sad, but the John Deere just doesn't have the fertilizer option that I need. So I think we're going to do it. 250,000. We're a little bit in debt as well, but I think it's going to be worth it. So let's go ahead and pick this up, fill it up, and let's get planting. We're ready. We've done the pH. We've got the stones out of the field. We are ready to start making some money. We're spending lots of money. I think we're ready to make it back now. Hopefully. Hopefully this wasn't a big mistake. It is expensive. We are in debt. I think we can recoup it though. I think we can do it no problem. I think we're gonna make a lot of money if we, especially if we turn our cotton into clothing. I think we'll more than make up what we've spent so far. Well, not everything. I don't think we're gonna get over 1.5 million. Don't go crazy on me, but I think we will make up enough to keep going this next year. I think... I went ahead and bought that trailer. It does both the square cotton bales and the round cotton bales, which is really nice. I don't think we're gonna worry about buying a cotton harvester this year, because yeah, they're so expensive. This John Deere is $847,000, which this is what we'll want. Probably 2 of these, honestly, with as long as the stones took. These only go 6 miles per hour, so we'll probably want 2, so that it's not an eternity every time we harvest. So when we buy, I think we'll save up to buy these, but for the meantime, we're going to be leasing. So I think, yeah, even just to lease this cheaper one is $24,000. So we'll have to go into debt again, probably. To get the harvest done, but I think it's going to be worth it. I think we'll do cotton for a couple of years. Oh, thank you. I almost planted corn. Let's see. Let's change that. Oh, there we go. All right, let's find cotton. There we go. So I think we'll do cotton for a couple of years. Before we expand into sheep and everything, just to try to get our feet back underneath us, and get us in a good place financially to start expanding. If we can get a couple of like the main things we're gonna need, like we'll eventually need a sprayer. Well, probably next month we'll need a sprayer to get rid of weeds. And we just bought this big piece of equipment. We do have our trailer already, which is good, but we'll need a trailer to move the clothing and stuff like that. So if we can do cotton for a couple years and get all of that taken care of and at least one harvester purchased, I think we'll then be in a good position to expand into sheep. We'll have to buy another field like I talked about and get some grass on it. But I think we can do that. We'll do cotton for a couple years, make some money, and go from there. This thing is nice and wide. It's covering pretty quickly, and it is doing the nitrogen at the same time. It's nice to see that orange disappear off of our mini map as we get those levels where they need to be. But yeah, I think I'll do this headland. Do this headland around, and then after that, I think I'll put a time lapse in here. Since you didn't get to see any of the other field work that I did on accident, definitely put in a time lapse here so you can see us do some field work and get ready to harvest some cotton here in the next few months. So I'll be right back after I get this headland done, and then we'll start the time lapse. Alright, we are just finishing up this headland, and this is going much faster than the rest of the processes we've done on this field so far, which is really nice. And it is taking quite a bit of fertilizer, which is to be expected. This is the first time we're planting on this field, so it's got to get it all the way up to where it needs it to be. So in the future harvests, it shouldn't be this bad. But before I start the time lapse, I think I'm going to go ahead and top these off and make sure we can get as far as possible before having to stop and refill again. I'm pretty sure we're going to have to refill before we finish, but that's alright. We'll get this refilled and start the time lapse, see how it goes. Let's see, we're going to have to buy more fertilizer. How much money do we have? Oh, we got plenty. Okay. Let's buy some more fertilizer. We've got plenty because I took out a loan. Okay. Okay, so that almost filled up. Apparently I stopped it. My bad. Let's refill our fertilizer. Will you grab the rest of that bag? I have to get closer. So finicky. There we go. Oh, it's still not full. There we go. Okay. Get this unfolded. Get this fertilized with the time lapse and go from there. I think hopefully we can get herbiciding in this episode as well and see where that puts us money wise, see how much debt we're in, and see if we can bury or dig ourselves out of this hole. Anyways, enjoy the time lapse. Alright, we are finishing up here with the planting. We did not have to go back and refill, which is super nice. Kind of unexpected, but pleasantly surprised, you could say. And I think that means we're about to spend more money, because the next thing we'll need is a sprayer. And I know which one we're gonna get. We're gonna get our first piece of John Deere equipment. For most of you, that might not mean much, but to me, it's everything. It's everything. It's everything. But seriously, we're gonna get the John Deere sprayer, I'm pretty sure, and the biggest reason isn't even because it's John Deere, but it's a nice bonus. The biggest reason is because the John Deere sprayer has the C spot and spray, or whatever it's called, which saves you a ton of money on herbicide and helps your environmental score, I'm pretty sure, as well. So we are done planting. I think it's time to fast forward and then spend some money. So let's go up here, park this up by our fertilizer spreader, and then we will fast forward to March. And then if we spray in March, which I think we will, we shouldn't have anything to do on our fields until October when we harvest. So we'll get to take, a little break from all our hard work. So let's go ahead and come over here. We'll park over here. Sleep in our tractor. We'll wake up and buy ourselves a spreader. Alright, it's March. Let's look at our fields. We have cotton. We have cotton and no weeds. We have no weeds? Is that right? It is. Oh, it's because we plowed first. And that got rid of the weeds. Okay, sweet. So we don't have to buy it this year. We don't have to go into more debt. That's awesome. I'm glad I waited till this month, because otherwise I would have bought it and not even thought about that. As you can see, it does say we need to roll the fields. But I watch a YouTuber named Broyer. Shout out to Broyer. He is my favorite farming simulator content creator. If you haven't heard of him, you should definitely go check him out. Broyar, Broyer. But he did the math on mulching and rolling. And with the 2 or 2.5% yield bonus that they give you, it takes about 20 years to make your money back on that equipment. Buying the roller, buying the mulcher. It takes a long time for it to even pay itself off or break even. And given the time that it takes to do it, it's not worth it for us. So we will not be doing mulching. We will not be doing rolling. We will save our time and energy. And ultimately, we'll make more money just by putting our time elsewhere. Well, that kind of changes things. Since we don't have to spray, let's look at our precision farming here. Environmental score details. Nitrogen we've taken care of. It won't show right now, but we've taken care of the pH. Weed control should be good. Soil sampling, tillage. Yeah, I think we're good to go. Shouldn't need to do anything else on this field until October. So I think we'll go ahead and call the episode here. And in the next episode, we'll get to our harvest. So thank you so much again for watching and joining this series. I hope we get to the animals soon. Like I said, hope to post every week, 2 or 3 times. So I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Please like and subscribe. Helps the channel a lot. Comment if you have any comments about anything we've done so far, any tips, anything I've done stupid, anything like that. Feel free to drop that in the comments. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.